But like I was saying, when you talk about lifting weights and lifting muscles, when you talk about the alchemical side of this process, you're building stamina within your body. You're building your whole body, your whole mind, your whole essence, and your whole being. And when we talk about the androgynous or the masculine androgynous being, the intersex, the third gender. When we talk these particular classifications, and we also talk about masculine identified lesbian, who doesn't necessarily external biology that makes them different, but has a chemical reaction, because we're talking about the signs of life, and we're talking nature. So these things to be real, some people have the nature they are physically attracted to the female, and if that's the case, then you just have to let that be. As much as you fight it, you will find disease of the body, mind, and that's why you find so many of us where if we try to pursue the traditional happy, quote unquote happy heterosexual engagement, into a mental massacre, a life of anguish, a life of unhappiness. And so we just have to be real with ourselves. And I commend a lot of women who are breaking the cycle of allowing themselves to continue to be discontent and unhappy based upon the status quo, and wanting to assume a role in a society that not only degrades you on a secular level, it also degrades you on a level. So it negates power both physically and spiritually. And so that's what sent me on the quest, really, because I just really wanted to know why it is. Wanted to put the pieces together to let, my gay and lesbians know that you're gay for a reason. And it's bigger than just Christianity, Judaism, Zoroastrianism, Hinduism, Sikhism, Judaism, Jainism, all the isms and schisms and religioning or realignment of the original spirituality. And original spirituality is to be who you are, moral and principle and character, but free to be who it is you want to be. Understanding that your source, which is the womb from which you were birthed from, is your first teacher, your first nurturer, your first source. And so that always gets the praise, glorification as the original source. And as the product of that source, you should be building yourself up as good seed, that your source or your provider, your creator, might reap a good harvest. And not only that the seeds in which you produce will also be bountiful and plentiful and produce great wealth and be a reflection of that original source. And so that's the progression of which we've had over these civilizations, which we've taken over the course of years. And now we are mounting up to that moment where we're seeing that we're at the point of alchemical judgment, where our hearts and our minds are going through a judgment period. And this judgment period will determine whether you will rise to be that higher God, you will return unto your God status, whether you return
and whether or not the lessons that you have learned and your weight and your soul and your spirit will be that, so that you might soar into the new millennium, or whether or not come out ashes as dust, or you will burn by all this which is around you of life.
Destroy the falsehoods, the false lights, the artificial what's going on, and also rights and responsibilities and duties and raise the family. Be that unit, the union of hearts, minds, and spirit, raise being. So, we're talking about going and taking a step back in terms of understanding the history, and in terms of understanding the originals. I like to say lesbians, and when we break it down, if we say French, you got les and bins, but in terms lesb, beings, GBINGS, the real beings, symbols, your orators, your breeders, your mama, your ma, your ba, your ka, your beginnings of your spirit and soul meshed together, dichotomy, male and female entangled in one body, dichotomy, original beings. And yeah, as I began to divulge and post up the rest of the epic, you will understand how the lesbians gave birth to the Nubian. Alright. And that's what we still trying to do. Because if you understand it's a cycle. That in the flesh, soul believe as above, it's a cycle going around up, or you got to share the end is 3D. So we making this a 3D perspective. So we're going to move forward to the 4D, the 5D, and fly the little 5D. No, I'm just joking. You know, it's understanding truth, and it is. It's time to bring to uplift. We've been so down to plight, down to express. So we bring mama back and bring her full. We bring her back. We bring her full circle. My mother and our fathers. Cause y'all know I love me some daddy. But I daddy because I understood. Many of us have mothers and fathers. Many of us have broken homes. I know. But even so, it is up to us now not to understand what happened, the psychological parameters, the psyche of the soul, the depth of the hurt and the pain, to understand not that we might dwell, but that we might rise above that like Phoenix from ashes. Rise above the pain, rise up from the burning of our souls, the burning of our mentality, the hearts and our dreams, and fly. Alright, y'all. So I hope you guys understood just a brief little explanation on androgyny.
As I said before, I am compiling a lot of information, and if you're familiar with the sites that I'm on, and if you're in an area near me, hit me up. We can definitely chat and have a deep, long conversation about what it is and what it is we're supposed to be moving towards. Alright.